Welcome everyone, good to see you as always. Now, of course, here on the channel, every day we are stacked with amazing cruise adventures around the world. But did you know that we also combine a number of those cruise adventures with escorted tours around the globe? From the magic of the Canadian Rocky Mountains to China's ancient terracotta warriors and the Great Wall, to the magic of the Taj Mahal, Delhi and Jaipur in India, exploring the Golden Triangle. Now in this show, we're exploring some of the world's most treasured and fascinating ancient wonders. We're heading east to Cambodia on a journey through the remnants of the Khmer Empire's 12th century rule at the iconic Angkor Wat and Angkor Thom. Now, we'll take in the centuries-old Kampong Klian floating village where life on the waterways continues to thrive into the modern day and journey into its capital, Phnom Penh. From there, we fly to Singapore, enjoy the lively bustle before cruising 5-star with celebrity cruises, exploring Vietnam and Thailand with longer stays in iconic cities such as Hanoi in Vietnam and Bangkok in Thailand. Now, this is a journey to awaken every one of the senses and starts on the 29th of January in 2027, flying first from the UK to Siem Reap in Cambodia and part of your travels in Southeast Asia. Mark will take up the story from here.
Welcome to the northwest of Cambodia, and upon your arrival into Siem Reap Airport, you'll be met by your guide and transferred to your hotel for a 3-night stay. You'll enjoy the first evening at leisure to explore the country's second largest city before the real adventure begins the next morning. You'll begin day 2 by exploring the fabulous Angkor Wat, which is one of the most famous and best preserved of all the temples within the Angkor complex. You'll go on to visit the ancient walled city of Angkor Thom, the last capital of the great Khmer Empire under the reign of King Jayavarman VII, before visiting Ta Prohm Temple. You'll end the day's sightseeing by watching the sunset at the Angkor Archaeological Park. The next day, you'll head out to Kampong Klian, a stilt house settlement of over 20,000 people, where structures can tower up to 10 meters above the water. Immerse yourself into Cambodia's countryside culture and traditional family lifestyle by enjoying a home-hosted lunch before returning to your hotel for the rest of the day at leisure. On day 4, you'll transfer to Battambang for a 1-night hotel stay where you'll spend the afternoon visiting a local village known for its wooden houses. Here, the locals will show you around the village and explain the history of their homes and share their life stories. You'll then take a ride on a bamboo train before visiting Phnom Sampo, which is a natural rock formation containing a series of caves. On day 5, you'll drive to Phnom Penh, the capital of Cambodia, where you'll spend the rest of the day at leisure. The following day, you'll enjoy a tour of the city, beginning with a visit to the famous Royal Palace and the beautiful Silver Pagoda. You'll get the chance to wander the National Museum, which is a treasure chest of Angkorian and pre-Angkorian artifacts. Next, scale the steps up a small hill to see Wat Phnom Temple, the birthplace of Phnom Penh, before getting the opportunity to reflect on the history of the city with a visit to Duol Slang Genocide Museum, which documents the atrocities of the Khmer Rouge. You'll end your final day with a drive to Chiang Ek, where you'll take in the infamous killing fields. It's an incredible, action-packed 6-night escorted tour that allows you to discover the wonders of the Angkor Wat and Cambodia in a way like no other.
Wow, I don't know about you, but I was just enthralled by that. This is a part of the world that I didn't really know an awful lot about, actually. Mark's given us a real bird's eye view there of some of the things that we can experience as part of that tour. Looks amazing, doesn't it? Incredible. So many memories to be made and shared already on this trip. That's quite something to take in, isn't it? So next, from Phnom Penh, we take the short flight of a couple of hours to Singapore in Malaysia. You'll relax here on a 2-night hotel stay. And let me tell you that there's quite a lot going on in February in Singapore. They actually have the Light to Night Festival during February, which is great. Stunning light projections and art installations around the city, and you can enjoy the art scene there. There's also misty morning kayaking in the Mandai mangroves at sunrise, which sounds rather nice. And Gardens by the Bay has a special orchid display with blooms from around the world, all things that happen during February. So you've got 2 nights there in Singapore, and then it is time for us to cruise, and an epic cruise it is as well. And we are on board with celebrity, so it's 5-star cruising with the Lawn Club up on top, which is lovely. We're in a very temperate part of the world. A very nice part of the world to get up on the lawn, enjoy the views, little game of croquet maybe, little glass of something up there on the lawn for you to enjoy as well. You have got a classic drinks package included, which is great, plus Wi-Fi, so you can enjoy that lovely glass of white or glass of red. And when it comes to a glass of wine, one at a time responsibly, even though you're on the other side of the world and I won't be looking, they do have some of the biggest wine selections literally in the world when it comes to cruising, which is great. You're going to just have the greatest time on board this ship because, again, just like the tour we've taken here, this cruise is quite a port intensive cruise actually, and we've got some sort of key overnights. So this is about maybe discovering a part of the world that you haven't been to before. Of course, we're going to be having overnights in Bangkok, in Thailand, and in Hanoi in Vietnam as part of this cruise. So actually, what you want when you come back to the cruise ship itself is wonderful staterooms, the most dreamy night's sleep you could ever imagine. It's something to do with this unique bed system that they have on Celebrity, which is just lovely. It's looked after, remember, your stateroom every single day. So you don't have to cook or clean or wash up or you don't have to do anything really. You can just simply let the cruise happen around you. Of an evening, you've got so many choices there. You can see the Grand Epinay restaurant there, which is one of the main restaurants with its wine tower. So if you're looking for a good wine pairing, the great thing about Celebrity is when you dine with them, they have trained sommeliers on board who will make recommendations for you. So if you like a good full-bodied red to go with your steak or a fine white to go with your sushi or seafood, they will know exactly the most brilliant pairing for that. And of course, there'll be menus which are slightly tailored to this part of the world as well. So there'll be flavours from this region too. Of an evening, you can be as low-key and relaxed or as in the party as you want to be. They have live music around, which is quite nice, just when you're sipping your gin and tonic before you go to dinner and go and see the show. You might do a bit of late night dancing, completely and utterly up to you. You can get involved with as much or as little as you like. 'Tis the great thing about Celebrity. It's all about sophistication. It's all about being off the clock, being comfortable, everything being at the pace you want it to be. Amazing entertainment, which is 5-star along with the cruise itself. It's just superb. You're going to have the greatest time because remember, as well as going to explore, you're also having a real treasure of a holiday here as well. So remember, we're cruising out of Singapore. We've got 12 nights. The first day is at sea, which is lovely, nice and relaxing, get to know the ship. And when we're into Thailand, into Koh Samui, and you can snorkel and kayak here around the 42 islands of the Ang Thong Marine Park on a tour with Celebrity here. Then one of our key highlight overnights here in Laem Chabang, which is the port for Bangkok in Thailand. Amazing city with 2 days to enjoy. You might want to tour the opulent Grand Palace and the Wataran Temple of Dawn, or maybe take a boat right down to Dam Yon Susak, which is the fascinating floating market. Enjoy all the street food and the things on sale there. A day at sea, and we are in Phu Mai, which is Ho Chi Minh City port in Vietnam, which is lovely. Such an amazing city here as well. See it by night, tour the famous underground Cu Chi tunnels. There's a city highlights tour you can take here as well. Day at sea, and we're in Chiang Mai, again a beautiful part of Vietnam, and actually really poignant. Actually, lots of memorials and temples and the imperial citadel there. So you know, you can be a real culture vulture here in Chiang Mai before we take our second key overnight stop, and this time it's in Hanoi in Vietnam. So 2 days, more choices here. There's the Temple of Literature, there's the Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum, or the Old Quarter maybe, or possibly you'd like to sail through Halong Bay and explore the hidden caves and the floating fishing villages there. Final day is at sea before we end the cruise in Hong Kong, and that is then where we'll fly you back to the UK. But of course, there's always the option to add a stay in Hong Kong if you want to. This is lovely, isn't it? I mean, if you think about just again how much you are covering. Again, if you want to know more about the tour itself and where it's taking you, and then kind of hook that up with a map and read the history of it, you can find all the details. If you go to our website at Cruise1st.tv, pop in this reference, it will give you a really detailed day-by-day itinerary of all the things that you are doing, much more detail than myself and Mark have got to do in 15 minutes. Well, where do we start with this? The size and the breadth of this adventure is huge, and remember, our team have tailored this beautifully and made all the arrangements for you, which is brilliant. A low deposit today will secure the price tag for you as well. The deposit is just £299 each if you want to get this plan in place right now for January in 2027. And if you use that low deposit right now, this is the price that you will be locking in for this big adventure, which is amazing. It's 22 nights all told across the holiday, and it really has you traveling and exploring in so many different ways. It includes all of the flights, first from the UK to Siem Reap in Cambodia. You've got the 6-night escorted tour in Cambodia, the flight from Phnom Penh to Singapore. You've got a hotel stay there for 2 nights, and then you've got the cruise with Celebrity on the Solstice for 12 nights with a classic drinks package included and Wi-Fi as you cruise your way through Thailand and Vietnam with those key overnight stops in Hanoi and the port for Bangkok, ending in Hong Kong, and of course then your flight back to the UK. And of course, if you want to add more time in Hong Kong, you can absolutely do that. It's not a problem. We can always tailor that to your requirements. But to give you a price, I have to put some parameters in place so I can say, okay, if we do this and this and this, then this is the price. Remember, it's a low deposit on this to secure it today. Just for your information, and FYI, the value of the included classic drinks package and the Wi-Fi on the cruise is over $1,300 worth per person, which is amazing. Here's an overview of everything that's included. And again, you will have questions. I would never expect someone to say, right, that's it, I've made my decision, I'm calling straight away. You'll have questions. You might want to tailor this a little bit further. Absolutely go for your life. Talk to the team right now. 0800 953 4700. We've just found a really nice way of putting this escorted tour that timed up with the cruise just beautifully, and it works amazingly, but it can be tailored further. So again, just talk to the team, have a conversation with us. We are the company to be trusted with a tour and a holiday of this kind of breadth as well, because I'll tell you why. We've been doing it for 25 years for a start. Cruise is what we do, and we dovetail these lovely tours in just beautifully and get you the best price, including all of the flights, making all of the arrangements. We're ABTA bonded, we're ATOL protected, so you know that you can trust us in that regard. Go and read our Trustpilot reviews. We're very highly rated as a cruise travel agency on Trustpilot, and that's a real proud boast, actually, and that's something which you work hard to maintain, to achieve, and to keep as well. And that is years and years, 2.5 decades of reputation that we are carrying with us here at Cruise1st. Any questions, and I do mean any questions, because some people will say, well, I can't ask that question, and you absolutely can. That's what we're here to do, to answer those questions and to help you along. 0800 953 4700. As I mentioned before, there are many other adventures you can take right the way around the world. You know, there are brilliant tours in India and in China. I mean, there are just some brilliant things that you can go and do out there. We'll have more shows. We'll get more shows on with tours as well, so we can just show you a bit more of the breadth of what we can do here at Cruise1st. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again later.